So here you can see some permanent beds that I made over the last couple of years, and now I'm just cleaning them as I go through the season, I suppose. Over to the left here you can see I just planted the last of the spuds here, and I'm in the middle of mulching this bed. And then beside that I have onions, so the alliums here, and I have them planted through my pecs. So with these beds, so when I started the system I was using a rotavator on the back of a tractor, so it was over 1 metre wide, and I've just kind of kept the beds sort of that width. They're a little wider than I suppose the standard beds nowadays are about 76 or 7 centimetres, which is about 30, I think it's about 30 inches, but it works for me in my system, so the beds are a little wider. Some of these beds had some green manures in them over the winter, and I rotavated them in, and then I'm just coming back now. That was probably about a month ago, and you can see here then there was just some grasses at the edges of the bed, so taking that out, I've just piled them up, let them dry, shake off as much soil as I can, and then I'm going to remulch the paths. So there was some broken down bark mulch and straw over the winter, so what I did was I just scooped it out of the paths up onto the beds because it's quite broken down, and then I'll go back and put some fresh bark mulch on the paths. So you can see I have it done on this path. Well, that was probably last year's mulch, but here you can see I have fresh bark mulch on those beds. So I just started this system last year, and I do find that the bark mulch is helping keep the weeds under control on the pathways. It also keeps, it just looks better in the garden, and I feel like I can kind of get on top of things because I'm not looking down the paths that are full of weeds. Now it is a little bit of labour to get the mulch on the beds, but once they're on, then they're on for the season, and you can kind of say you've closed that out and it's taken care of, except for putting in the crops. So you can see here then, and I had a couple of beds just covered after I turned in the green manure. I just kind of blocked them off because those beds, again, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there, but I might put a green manure in it later on in the season. So that's just today, just getting a couple of more beds ready for courgettes, winter squash and leeks. And yeah, that's it for this video.